Okay, so anime character. She's actually called anime. She's meant to be an animation, anime, manga-ish, that kind of character. So this is only a showcase. It's only playable, but it is listed. Um, if you want to edit the puppet, it's the puppet female super deluxe. Now I've showed it off before. It's this puppet here, but this is a full character. It's got hair. It's got the eyes move. It's got a full blink with eyelashes, eyebrows, a skirt, that sort of stuff. Let's jump in there. So as you can see, there's the character. It's got the mouth that opens and closes. The eyes randomly look. It's not pushing the D-pad to move the eyes. It'll just randomly look up, down, left, right, straight ahead. It'll blink, as you can see. It's got the dynamic hair with a bit of purple in it. It's got all the usual functionalities that the other one's got, so you can match the skirt. Blue, white. The icon disappears because of the way it's done. So if I go that color, for example, I can turn the light on, which also still lights the underwear on. Changing that still does that. So it's still just the basic puppet. Show HP hasn't changed. Skybox, let's turn the skybox on and off. The weight pose, like the other one, when you depossess it, thingy, then you tan. So none of this has changed. It's just I thought I'd show it off. It's a full character. If you don't want to just look at a plain basic puppet, this is actually like a realized character. It's got all the feels of being alive. So it's got the looks, the blinks, the talks, and the stuff. You can't edit it because it's my own personal edition edit of it. The hair parts, they're available on my thing. The base puppet is available on my thing. The skirt piece is available on my. So just come up. If I back out, if you want the skirt part, if you want the hair piece, if you want the base puppet, all you have to do is come into here. If I go to public, there's the base puppet. So edit it there. The hair piece is it shouldn't be that far back. I know if you type in dynamic it'll pop up. There's a tongue if you want to use a tongue. There's the hair piece. That's the hair piece I used. And there's the skirt piece I used. That's written that way because apparently draped is an offensive word, because how dare you drape something over, it actually says it here, pufferfish, thongs, drape, they're all bad words apparently because I know idiots. That's what happens when you got AI and offensive little gumbies fucking be in charge of something. So yeah, if you want to recreate the puppet, all the pieces are there. The only parts that are not there are the rigging for the eyes, because I literally rigged the eyes myself. I use basically the same technique as I used on this one here. If I come up and go edit, it's the eyeball, whatever piece you're attaching it to, just run a ball socket. This one here actually looks at the tag. I don't use this method because the eyes, for some unknown reason, the hinge here keeps disconnecting and the eyes move around instead of being stuck there and just moving in their socket. It actually jiggles around in its spot, and if I tighten this up, then this one here I have to jack that. It's a whole mess of fucking tweaking your settings. If I sat here for hours I could fix it, but as I state in the actual thing, it says here can't fix it because I'm not spending 2 hours tweaking every last little setting just to make sure it doesn't move around in the socket when it should just sit there anyway. But that's the method I use for the eyes. So the eyes, if I go into edit mode, you'll see what I've done. Okay, if I go to view all, you'll see it's got a sculpt for the closed eyelid, sculpt for the open one, so it'll toggle between the two as it blinks. Then if I go to here, you'll see here it's got a connector for the eyes, so the eyes will pivot. It's got keyframes, straight ahead, up, down, left, right, so it just randomly selects one. There's all the hair pieces for dynamic movement. There's the skirt pieces. Now obviously that back part there, I really need to sit here and adjust it, but it's like, good enough for now. The base puppet itself, like all this under here, all this here, all the underwear there, that's all the same except for the fact that I made it so that you can see a bit of underboob cleavage there. The other one is you can see a flat surface. I added the logo. The eyebrows are just painted on things. That's really all that's changed. So yeah, I added detail for the ears, nostrils. I've done the mouth, which actually has separate sculpts for if I come inside the head. Let's see if I can get this there. Teeth and tongue. So when the mouth is open, teeth and tongue. It's literally just a sculpt copy of the head piece with the closed mouth, and when you speak that disappears. So if I go back into play, if there's any noise coming out of the mic, any noise, it makes that sculpt disappear so you can see inside the mouth. All the animations are exactly the same. So the base puppet, by all means, give it a go, download it, or use it, edit it, make your own characters. I'll give it a look if I like it. If it's original, I'll give it a thumbs up. I've got plenty of creations in my selection of creations that are publicly released to make a character. So I've got the eyes. So if you don't want to use the stationary eyes, you can use my eyes, which actually have blink and look around options. You could also, if you don't like the hands, you can change the hands. Hair, I've got a couple hair sculpts that are usable. I haven't done a lot because I can't get the hair. Like with the skirts, you can't make, like I've explained it before, you can't make a bending object. And I would like to use, just say for example, the paint tool, but make it so it collides with the puppet so it doesn't poke through, and then I could use that as like a hair piece and a skirt piece. But as it stands right now, like as you see with the legs, they poke through. It's like, it annoys the living crap out of me, but it's a limitation of the tools they've given us. I have got creations where I'm testing it. I can kind of do it. It's a whole butt ton of friggin' adjusting the tags, adjusting the collisions, stuff like that. It's a pain in the ass. So for this one here, because it's like a showcase. It's nothing special, but it's a complete character. You can view it, play around with it. I haven't it isn't linked because this creation here, because of the way their save function works, this creation here, I accidentally saved it as a character, and it says private, but it's a deleted creation, whatever. So that's it there. So I thought I'd show it off. Click on it there, and click again. I don't know if you go into the creation, you should do the exact same thing I just done there. You can see the base puppet. There's the base puppet. You can then go edit. There's the base puppet. Now, if you don't want to use these eyes, my recommendation: scope in and just make them invisible, like this. So you got that. And then if you go to, if you want to use my eyes, it's actually, if I type in eye, like that. These are my creations. There's that one there. When it loads, there it is. So that has, it's just going to play so you can see. It's got the looks, and it's got the blink. So just plonk that in the head. It's got that. Scale it so it sits right, so you go there-ish. Yeah, that's good enough. Just to show you, it's got that. Make sure it's attached to the correct piece. Scope it in. Place it at around about there. And now it's got eyes that you can use to look around with. Now obviously, by all means go in, change the actual sculpt itself of the head. It's like, the idea of the game is editing, creating. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do stuff. If you use my creation to make your own creation, my recommendation is make it your own creation. Don't just get that and go, okay, I can change the color. Oh, look, a new creation. That's not creating. That's changing a color. So yeah, if you want to go in there, remix it, practice on it. If you want to make your own things from scratch, use this as a starting point and practice. Use this as to see how I've done it. So if you want to go in, you can go just go into there. You can actually see where the sculpts are. You can see what shapes I've used, where I've used them. You can't really see the amount of blends and everything I use, but it'll give you an idea. It's like, oh yeah, I could do it this way, or I could do it and use that as a jumping point. So there's the base. Again, if you want to get back one more, that's the base. So that's the blank one. There's the one. It's got undergarments. It's got the inserted eyes, head sculpt, and then there's my showcase character. So I'm going to call it. It's up. Give it a look. Again, look it up. It's not linked. It is if you can go through that, but I can't guarantee it'll let you go through that, because those are all my creations. I might turn around and say, no, that's not attached to anything. If you go to the in here, as you can see, it's a deleted creation. It's only deleted because I accidentally saved it as something that couldn't be up as playable. I only had it as something that's only be released as remixable. And because of their linking system is actually crap, I had to just resave it and then release the resaved version. And I'm not keeping extra versions because I'm out of space, because they've got a limit on how many saves you can have. If you come into my creations, if I go to, for example, if I go to here and go to delete, those are all the ones that I can delete. But as you can see up here, it's only got a limit of 256 or 1 gigabyte. So instead of using up some save slots, I just delete the creations. And you have to delete them before you release them, or otherwise it links them and says you can't, or that's got to be written. It's like a whole load of freaking crap. So yeah, I'm out of here. Stay safe. I'll catch you all next time. I'm out of here.